Let's iterate on collision shapes a little bit for our dusting character. With our main growth mesh selected, we'll turn on the visualizer for collision shapes. Now let's go ahead and play the simulation. While this gets the forehead, it's not preventing any hair from going through the nose or the chin if it were to so swing around. It also can go through the cheek. So we want to prevent this. Now at the same time, we've already set a lot of our physical style and color attributes, and the LOD for that matter, so we don't really want to be destructive and have to reset all this stuff. This is a good candidate to use the import options to allow yourself to just import the collision section of the mesh. So what we do is we just turn the collision checkbox on, and when we import the next APX, it's going to grab the collision section out of whatever APX we choose and merge it with this file. So let's go over to Studio Max. We have our growth mesh selected, and let's go ahead and add a chin shape. We're going to grab the head. We'll rename this chin. Make the radius bigger. Move it out front. Now keep in mind you can only pick shapes that are on bones that are in your skinning envelope. So let's say, for example, this fits the chin well enough. Now what we want to do is make a connection from the chin to the forehead. So go chin, head, forehead, make a connection. Now we have a solid shape across here. We can even make the forehead shape just a little bit bigger. And then as you can see back here, we have this neck up shape back here. Let's go ahead and connect that to the chin too. Notice each shape can have multiple connections, so you can use many spheres to try and conform the shape of the head the best you can. Okay, so let's select our growth mesh and let's export it. We'll call this collision 1. We don't need to change anything in our exporter options. Now let's go back over to the hair viewer. Your character doesn't have to be in bind pose, it can be anywhere in the animation. Again, select collision only, and the second icon from the left in your asset selection is the import file into current asset. If we click this, it's going to give us a dialog box, and we're going to select collision 1. Keep an eye on the collision shapes. And they updated right away. Now if we play the animation, we can see we're getting much better collision. Now we can go ahead and do this one more time and get the actual collision from the original asset. Once you like what you see, you can go ahead and hit save, and that'll save your asset. This is a really good method for iterating on collision, pin constraints, basic material options, grooms, which would be the growth mesh and hair guides. So given that your skeleton is compatible, you could iterate on your groom this way. So let's go ahead and set our import settings to groom, which is going to bring in our new guide curves. And we'll actually look at the skin guides. And the materials, which is all the attributes, the textures, which is the texture inputs, and the collision shapes. We're just going to grab it all. And the correct stuff would be GM for growth mesh underscore tail. And so this is our more precise ponytail that we had initially authored. So as you can see with these different import options, you can use these to have a variety of different collision setups, groom setups, and material setups in the different APX files, and you can combine them or experiment as needed on different hair assets.